Hello, planet Earth. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill730. I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations. As always, you've made your way to the Buffington Post. Today we'll be continuing my Season 9 coverage with Angel and Faith Season 9, Issue number 3. It's Live Through This, Part 3. So Angel and Faith this season has been kind of interesting. We've had Angel kind of snapped out of his catatonia, and he wants to resurrect Giles in a world without magic. Faith is trying to babysit him and still try to be a good friend to him, and she's also having to do the same for Nadira, a slayer with survivor's guilt whose entire squad was massacred by these characters called Pearl and Nash at the behest of Twilight/Angel, who was all kind of possessed by Twilight. It's confusing, but bear with us. So yeah, that's what's going on. They're trying to track down this guy named Fraser, who deals in body parts, and he's recently upped his game, and he is selling Mohra blood. And now Mohra blood has amazing healing properties. So that's what the what is. And here we go.
I can't do this all on my own. I know that I'm no Superman. I'm no Superman. I'm no Superman.
So Faith and Angel have found Fraser's club, and they bust in, and they're basically just causing a big scene. And Angel says, hey, why don't you tell us what we need to know, because this can't be very good for business. Well, Fraser says, actually, body parts flying everywhere, it's great for business. And so Faith is taking out demons as well, and Fraser says, well, maybe you want to cool down a little bit. And so he says that he'll have Faith and Angel thrown in jail for coming in and messing with his business. And she says, well, killing demons is kind of a gray area, so why don't you just tell us what we want to know? And so he says, I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't have any more blood, whatever. So Faith pulls out a sword to take out this demon guy, and Angel says, hey, wait, it's not worth all of this. So then he and Faith leave, and he says, there was no more blood there, I couldn't smell any, and the way he was talking up about how he didn't have any, he surely has to. And so Faith is talking to Angel, and she says, yeah, this Mohra blood, it can make you human. Have you thought about using it on yourself? And he says, no, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I can do to, help protect the world. And she says, well, Giles told me about this whole, Shanshu prophecy where you get to become human after you save the world and all this good stuff, so maybe you can finally get what's coming to you. And he says, I don't get a happy ending. What's coming to me is a stake through the heart, and this Mohra blood isn't for me, it's so that I can undo this wrong and bring Giles back. So Faith is thinking, Angel, I know that you've thought about it, and you know that you might actually have a shot at happiness, but, Angel don't like happiness. So anyway, Faith and Angel go throughout the town, and they track down these Mohra blood dealers. And so what they do is they talk to a few people, and we have this woman who bought the Mohra blood from Fraser, and she used it to heal her son. He was really sick, but he's fine now. He's been in full remission. Everything's a-okay with her son. And so we also see this guy, and his brother had lost his leg in a car accident because he was all jacked up on pills. So he got the Mohra blood from Fraser, and sure enough, his leg grew back, but he was still addicted to pills, and so he's just off getting high somewhere. And then we have this other woman who, okay, now the first case was a year ago, and the other one was about 6 months ago, and then we have this other case, which is more recent, wherein this woman, her husband had been shot up by some Russian mobsters, and he didn't want to go to the hospital because he was afraid that they would be looking for him. And so he went to Fraser, spent all this money, and then nobody's seen him since. He could be cured, he could be dead in a ditch somewhere. For all she knows, he's in Cancun, but basically she's just been left with 2 kids and she's pregnant. So Angel and Faith are comparing notes about this, and basically what they found is 8 of the cases that they've kind of looked into The people are just missing. They've gone missing. But four of them have legitimately been cured. And so we really don't know what the what is. Maybe half of the stuff is fake and there's some real mojo in one product. And, that's just a way to say, no, it works. See? So that's the issue. We don't know what the deal is exactly. And so Angel looks through, some Giles Waters diary entries, and they come across this character named Alistair, and they go to him to see what he can tell them about Mohra blood. And so we meet this character named Alistair, and basically he is a warlock. He's a mage. So in his home, he's actually he's collecting like magical creatures and magical items because keep in mind that demons and slayers and beings that naturally have magic in them, they still exist and they still have their own magic. And this guy also has like these items that are imbued with magical power that have also retained said power. Faith is kind of unsure about this whole thing because she doesn't like the idea of bringing Giles back from the dead anyway. She doesn't think it's possible, but she's playing along with Angel to make sure he doesn't jump off the deep end. So we get a little interesting thing. We see the fairy, or a fairy, and keep in mind that we saw some fairies back in number 5 of season 8 of Buffy. We will deal with fairies again very soon. So basically, sure enough, Alistair knows not only a lot about magic, but he's the go-to guy for demon biology. And so Angel and Faith talk to him, and he basically tells us that Mohra demons, they are the assassins of the demon world, and whenever they complete a mission, they go back to their home dimension. But since this magic being gone has happened, this Mohra demon can't go home. And so if this Fraser guy has an ongoing supply of Mohra demon blood, what's happening basically is that they have to be trapping this guy against his will with some serious mojo. And so, yeah, he basically says that you can hide magic, but what you can't hide is the tons of salt it's going to take to keep this guy alive. Now, so Faith, she gets a call from Daphne, one of the slayers in Nadira's little crew, and she says, holla back, I gotta go. And Angel asks if he can help, but she says, no, it's, girl troubles. And so we see that Nadira is in this crazy bar fight with all of these guys. Faith shows up and she says, what happened? And basically, homegirl Nadira, she just started a fight out of nowhere. She's like pink. She wants to get in a fight. And so they're like, we figured you might be able to help us because if we go in there and try to break up this fight, we're going to end up getting either these guys and or Nadira seriously hurt. So Faith says, watch this. And, Faith, she inherited all this money from Giles. And so she just gives the bartender a bunch of money and she says, drinks on the house. And so the guys run to the bar and Nadira is literally dragged outside by the other slayers. And so Faith says, look, you have got to calm your ass down. You can't be going after crazy humans like this. They break really easily. And if you want to fight somebody, why don't you just come and fight me? So Nadira's like, oh, you think I won't? You think I won't? And then she just has this breakdown. She says, why can't I just drink or max out my credit cards or do any other of these vices and not be so violent? And Faith says, you've got this power. You're not like other girls. Your body needs to get this power out somehow. It's up to you to make sure that you're doing that in a smart and safe way. And so she says, as long as you've got this power, it's going to need to get out. And so Nadira says, I don't know if I should use this power. And she says, what if I just quit cold turkey? And Faith basically says, hey, you know yourself better than I do. If that's what you feel like you need to do, then go ahead. So the other girls are saying, come on, Faith, you're the grown-up here. And Faith is just like, whoa, wait. If I'm the grown-up here, then we're all screwed. And by this point, she's noticed that this Alistair character has followed her to where she is at this bar with Nadira and the other slayers. And so Faith is like, holla back, I'll see you later. And she goes to approach Alistair. So basically, she and Alistair kind of miscommunicate for a minute, but then he says, look, I wanted to talk to you about Angel because I know who he is. I know he's responsible for Rupert's death. And Rupert was a good friend of mine, and I miss him as much as the next guy, but we can't go resurrecting him all willy-nilly. And Faith says, okay, sure, you try telling Angel that. And he says, he won't listen to me, but clearly he'll listen to you. You've got a good hold on him. He respects you. He trusts you. And Faith says, holy shit, like, who made me the responsible one all of a sudden? Jesus. And he says, actually, you did. And it's really interesting because Faith was not a protagonist ever. The only time where Faith was kind of our lead character was in one arc, and it was the second arc in Buffy. We've never had Faith be a protagonist. She's always been kind of frenemy, comic relief, just banter gal. And now not only is she our protagonist, but she's the responsible one, which I really find to be a great dilemma for the Faith character. So Faith and Angel infiltrate the auction that Frasier is having to auction off all of these vials of Mohra blood. So they're talking to the other people there, and they're basically sowing unrest and mistrust with the other auction patrons. And so Frasier says, oh, it's time to do the auction, and basically people are saying, well, we don't even know if this is a genuine article. How do we know we're bidding on anything real? Because magic is gone. And so he says, okay, I'll prove it to you. So sure enough, he has a Mohra demon where he's getting a fresh supply of blood. Now, this Mohra demon is being trapped by this like magical stone with these ancient runes on it, because magical items do still have power. So he says, let's get all this started. And Angel and Faith say, okay, this is what we came for. So Angel and Faith kill the guards around the stone rune thing. And then they free the Mohra demon. And Angel says, hey, we're going to get you out of here, but you've got to help us fight, blah, 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 blah. And so the Mohra demons are these great assassins. They're really hard to kill. And basically, he says, oh, there's no way that I would be able to stand in a fight right now. I'm so malnourished and just weak. So, I'm just gonna kill myself because that's a more honorable death than falling in Mortal Kombat. So, sure enough, he stabs himself in the gym and dies. So, Faith and Angel are like, well, that wasn't part of the plan. So, the demons at this point realize that was the last Mohra demon on planet Earth, and all the blood around on the table there is all that's ever gonna be left. Ever. And so the demons all rush to get the blood while Faith dives and grabs a couple of vials of the Mohra blood. So at this point, Angel is saying, oh, this couldn't have gone any worse, and you never say that in the Buffyverse because boom, the window just bursts open. So through the window come Pearl and Nash, and they apparently also wanted to get this Mohra blood because it's the elixir of life, and they want to do something crazy with it because they're crazy. And so they say, oh, look at you, it's Angel too? We get to get this magic juice, and we get to kill Angel? Ah, fuck you, you betrayed us. And Angel says, Pearl, Nash, there's a very good reason of why I manipulated you and lied to you, and it's because you're all fucking crazy, and you need to be put down. So Angel goes after them, but they fly around, and they're super strong, and they got the laser eyes. And so Faith is just looking, and she's like, oh, fuck, no wonder Nadir is all screwed up in the head. And Angel, too, look what he did. She's like, he's been making monsters his entire life for like 250 years. Drusilla and Spike and all these guys. And all the time, he's trying to get rid of all these monsters, destroy them. And she says, well, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get rid of a monster myself. I'm gonna get rid of Angel. And what she plans to do is use the Mohra blood on Angel to make him human so that he can't wrestle with his vampire guilt anymore and he'll actually have this life. Not in so many words, but that's her thinking. And yeah, that's where we end the issue. So, this for me is where Angel and Faith really gets to be something special. Angel and Faith respect one another, but they don't necessarily understand each other as well as I think Angel believes himself to understand Faith. Sure, he's got, 225 years on her, but at the same time, we've got Faith, and she doesn't understand that Angel's guilt trip is just how he goes. You know, this is Catholic guilt, whatever. And so I really like that Faith is going to say, okay, Angel, I know what's best for you, and I'm going to just wipe your slate clean. And I like that Angel is just so blinded by this whole mission. He is just jumping the hornet's nest, which is Angel. He is always jumping down on the hornet's nest. But, you know, this whole mission, it's really the only thing keeping him going. And at this point, Faith is saying, okay, we should really just stop this. Give him some rest and some peace in his life because I think he's earned it. And so the introduction of Alistair is actually going to come into play throughout the season. We haven't seen the last of Alistair, and he'll be a nice little addition to the Buffyverse. We get several characters throughout the season who just add a little bit of, those minuscule details and finery to the verse and really fleshes it out. So yeah, I really like this issue. This is for me where Angel and Faith really starts to push ahead of Buffy season 9. And unfortunately, I feel like as far as season 9 goes, Angel and Faith definitely is the better book, and this is where things start to kick off. But that's not to say that Buffy season 9 is bad, and next we'll be doing Freefall Part 4 for Buffy season 9, so stay tuned for that. I'm Preston L. Young. You can come right back here to the Buffington Post anytime. I've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer reviews, Angel and Faith reviews, Buffyverse discussions on the other Slayers. You can check out my season 8 coverage and get called up. And of course, season 9 is ongoing. I hope you're having a great 2015 so far, everybody. Have a great day today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Hey, hey, hey.